Good afternoon. It's the fastest Iraqi Dinar somewhere on the net. It's raining here, so I changed into tights, and I don't know what we're having for dinner. What are you having for dinner? Comment down below. I still don't know what we're having for dinner. We might do pasta, or we might do tacos, depending on the status of our avocados, so I don't know. But it's going to be yummy, whatever we do. Guys, we had a lot of articles coming out of Iraq. I'm trying to think. I'm going to do them in the order that they're listed and the timestamps on my live stream. If you like me doing that, let me know. If not, and I'm wasting my time, let me know I'm wasting my time doing the timestamps because you're not utilizing them. They're literally hyperlinks to go to whatever article you want to hear my perspective on, because I always give my perspective on these articles when they come out. So I'm pulling it up right now just so I can do it in the order of my timestamps, if that makes any sense. So my live stream this morning was titled, Where Are We Now? So I did do some personal timestamps, like how to know you are close to a breakthrough. Also, what I did between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. this morning. Are you ready to go to the banks? Do not call them now. I need to remind you, do not call the banks now. It just turned 111 on the recording. Also, I went through prophetic numbers, 1111, 555, and 777. If you've been seeing repeating numbers, you're going to want to go to that timestamp. And the timestamps are the blue hyperlink numbers underneath the thing. If you haven't done that yet, just go check it out. Hit the like, and make sure you check out the timestamps. Now, the biggest article was, here, I don't know why sometimes there's a break. I want to make sure if there's a break, it's not from the intel. The articles that I cover, there was like 17 of them or 14 of them today, or 12, I don't know. There's just a ton. And then I summarize everybody else. So here we go. The first one was, they sent me a Forex Live Iraqi Dinar exchange rate from the old Forex system, because, you know, we're tracking it digitally here. We're the only ones doing both sides, telling you how they're going to do the digital rollout. They've already done the digital rollout at both banks, Rashid and Rafidian. They're using the digital coin inside of the banking transactions, so the people aren't necessarily aware of it because it's something the bank is doing unbeknownst to the citizenry. They haven't even announced it yet, but today is Happy New Year, starting a 10-year holiday. They're celebrating their new year today. So did you know that? You find out all the news here. Central Bank of Iraq moves towards digital currency to address liquidity crisis. He sent that and said, look how long we've been talking about that. That was an article from back in March 5th. They started talking about that. So we have been talking about it a lot here. We have covered it for quite a while, but I didn't know. We knew there was an Iraqi Dinar coin, but we didn't know they were going to reveal it on Coinbase. And he said, we've seen it go as high as 318. I physically, with my own eyes, saw it go as high as 284. So let me know how high you've seen it go for the Iraqi Dinar coin on Coinbase through Handle Forex. Then Israel reveals covert ground operations in Iran that helped them be so successful during that 12-day war, which is now supposedly a very fragile peace situation. But in the U.S., of course, there's differing opinions on whether it was successful or not. And I think there were people, Pete Hegseth, and then one of his direct reports that were just being questioned by the media, and they were defending their troops, because you shouldn't take away from them a great military, just because for political reasons you shouldn't take away a military pivotal, victory, right? So U.S. strikes on Iran's nuclear sites spark retaliation fears in Iraq. He said they're not allowed to tell you that, but there was an article that people are a little afraid. Kirkuk, it said CTS operation kills 2 ISIS members. They're still being successful against, ISIS members. Then Iran's Khamenei claims victory over Israel, warns of retaliation. So they were laughing at that. They said, ha, 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 what a way to save face. You're claiming victory, but they clearly haven't had the victory. What do you think? Comment down below. Iraq balances gains huge windfall. Because why? The prices shot up because of this war, this 12-day war. Dollar prices drop in Erbil and Baghdad. That's what we want, baby. We want the dollars off the streets so that their currency can take over and have its own life there. Instead of, would you like the dinar on the streets of America? No, you use the US dollar here, and the US dollar is the world prevalent currency. I went through the Forex in my question and answer session of yesterday's live. I went through the history of the Forex, why the world dollar is the most preeminent currency. But in order for a country to be sovereign again, they need to get the dollars off the street, and that's not easy to do. Baghdad government launches a major campaign to remove deformities and rubble from the entrances to Baghdad and cut. Guys, they're beautifying their cities. They have a beautification campaign and removing all these things. I mean, would a really third world country do that? A third world currency that's valued as an exotic currency, as if it's a third world country? Would they be beautifying their streets? I don't think so. That they're acting as though they're already globally recognized, and they just got a big loan. I did that yesterday. They got just under $1 billion loan from the World Bank. So if the World Bank is honoring them with offering them just less than $1 billion, they obviously regard them highly. Then there was customs coordination with the region, and I did that article yesterday. Customs coordination with the region and unified pricing, ports, strict measures to prevent the entry of prohibited materials. This was a detailed article about their systems. Again, I've been saying for a while, there's digital AI banking system, but it's more than that. It's at the ports. It's in the trucking, all the trucking systems. There's scanning systems. There's cheek swabs during the census, biometric voting. This is a completely incredible system run by AI. And I even showed a picture of it on my live stream this morning, complete with a brand new picture. I don't think I put that in the timestamp, but it's in that customs coordination with the region. That's where the picture was. I remember now. And then the Speaker of a House congratulates everyone on the holiday. So guys, Iraq is celebrating a brand new year, and they have a currency that they're already tracking the value through the 2 bags that they're using it in. And they may have standalone, they may have the digital payment system like we're watching for overseas transactions or banking wires and transactions between different countries. And they may just do it for the people that want the cards and leave the existing and then eventually redenominate. We don't know what they're going to do, but we're keeping an eye on it. We're the only one that's keeping an eye on it. So it's gone as high as 318, but the value now, let me look at Handle Forex. The value right now is 134. So that is the value now. And then the value on the traditional Forex system, which is different. They are the original Forex system. Just know that they're the same, 0.00076 when you look at IQD to USD or USD to IQD. Now, what we're saying is Iraq is a standalone. And if you look at the same USD on Handle Forex, Iraqi Dinar is 134. The USD on Handle Forex, apples to apples, is 0.0011. So what does that tell you? Iraq is more valuable than the dollar, and that's what Soudani promised to citizens. So what do you think about that? Now, we go to the summary of everybody else, and this is as of today. It seems like they're all focusing on the World Bank approving the $930 million in financing for Iraq, which is, again, evidence because that was included in my summary yesterday. It was also included in my live stream yesterday. So Samson said, article, the World Bank approves $930 million in financing for Iraq. Newshound Mountain Goat says the list of organizations that have been working with Iraq in all aspects of the reforms are professional organizations, the same ones that helped Russia through the process of their reforms after the Soviet Union fell apart. They are telling us that Iraq is ready for the next step, a global rollout. Guys, I hope he's right. Claire said, let's see, article, Tajikistan, we are ready to cooperate to promote peace in the region. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian affirmed on Wednesday his country's readiness to cooperate to promote peace in the region. We support a nuclear-free zone and a zone free of weapons and mass destruction. Again, I did that article yesterday. Again, we've got the most breaking news, so please subscribe and tap the bell. And then I summarize everybody else. So I can usually pick up their intel with my intel from days before. So if you want it first, you'll subscribe and tap the bell. And I go through all the details and tell you where you can find the details because I go through the detailed articles every morning at 9 a.m. and it's making me tired. So keep praying for me. Frank 26, Firefly, Mr. Sammy told me the CBI is lifting payment restrictions. Frank said, yes, no more payment limits. This was in place to help against money laundering against Iran. It helped keep everyone safe. The transactions were being protected, but now the transactions will be easier to facilitate. This is great news for monetary reform, and that means companies and investors can now invest easier with Iraq, and our citizens can send and receive money easier outside of Iraq. And according to Frank, this gives us the green light for international transactions. Mr. Sammy says movements like this would be right before a change in our rate. Frank says there's no limit now. This means that there's no limit for the float. And guys, I agree completely. Now we go to Mark Z, very highly respected dinar person. It says bond folks have suddenly seen meetings speeded up, coupled with new rates showing up on currency sites Tuesday night. Remember the 722 we talked about? He talked about the same day I did, so he's more in line with me than anybody else. Specifically on the Iraqi dinar, they fluctuated from 722 to roughly $1 or a parity of 1 to 1. No one knows the date or the rate, so stay calm, but things are certainly interesting these days. Guys, what do you think? I think it's very interesting. What I have in here is my 24K from my Shake link. Anybody can get it. It has 24 brain-enhancing environments. I need my brain when I do this in the early afternoon when I'd prefer to take a nap, which is how I was feeling before I did this. But I wanted to get this to you as soon as possible because there's so much breaking news. Then we've got Bruce here. It says every major source that have come in, they are saying they expect things to happen starting Thursday. All our currencies back up on the screens. We are in favor of redemption centers because the rates will be better for us, and we've got the contract rates available to us on the Iraqi dinar. And the last time we looked at it, it was mid-90s. We're golden. We really are. We're all set. Now, if you're following Bruce's intel, that's up to you. If you want to follow a kingdom strategy that God has released to me and told me today to let everybody know their kingdom strategies, you can simply look at the pinned comment down below and email me, and I will give you more information about those strategies. And with that, I'm done for today because I do these daily summaries regardless of how I feel. Thank you, God, for the 24K and supernatural strength and energy. It is 3:47 p.m. I don't know how long it's going to take to load. Sometimes it takes a while. They check it, mine a lot, because I'm on the breaking news of military intel. And this is approved. They were approved to share these articles with me. So I love you all, and especially love my mods that make our chat so clean. And I love the Army Rangers that are on the ground there that are the ones sending us this intel in great detail and showing up on all our live streams. So thank you very much. There is no live tonight. We will be live tomorrow morning. That's Friday. Happy Friday. Next time I see you, it'll be Happy Friday. I'll still be tired, but 9 a.m. And if anything breaks after this tonight, you know I will go live or do a short. I'll keep you posted if they send me anything else. Much love. Peace. I'll see you later. What are you having for dinner? Make sure you comment down below. Guys, we're a family that celebrates every day that this is done. God bless.